Pacific on edge as Putin tests the nuclear-powered Poseidon, raising fears over a new Taiwan conflict threat. Russia's underwater nuclear threat goes live as Moscow advances Poseidon, and the U.S. strengthens defenses around Guam. Putin's new nuclear card, a Taiwan game-changer? The Khabarovsk submarine brings Russia's Poseidon threat into focus. Russia readies its deadliest underwater weapon as the Poseidon program moves closer to becoming an operational nuclear threat. Russia's Khabarovsk submarine has entered sea trials, bringing renewed attention to the Poseidon program and Moscow's expanding undersea nuclear capabilities. Russia's Project 09851 Khabarovsk nuclear submarine has begun factory sea trials in the White Sea, marking another major step in the vessel's long-delayed development. Defense Security Asia reported on August 18 that the Khabarovsk nuclear submarine had entered its latest phase of sea trials. Khabarovsk is reportedly designed to carry up to 6 nuclear-powered Poseidon underwater vehicles, according to Defense Security Asia, giving the submarine a unique strategic role. The submarine began its first voyage after departing the Sevmash shipyard in Syeverodvinsk on August 17 for the initial phase of its testing program. The trials are expected to test the submarine's propulsion, navigation, maneuverability, sensors, and acoustic performance under real-world operating conditions. Khabarovsk is described as Russia's first purpose-built submarine designed around the Poseidon system, according to Defense Security Asia, making it central to the program. Poseidon is a nuclear-powered underwater vehicle designed to carry a nuclear warhead and operate as a long-range strategic weapon beneath the ocean. Russia claims Poseidon can travel extremely long distances at great depths, potentially allowing it to approach targets while remaining difficult to detect. However, Russian claims about Poseidon's speed, operating depth, and destructive capabilities remain difficult to independently verify. Khabarovsk could eventually join Russia's Pacific Fleet after completing its sea trials and state testing, according to Defense Security Asia. A deployment with the Pacific Fleet could extend Russia's undersea nuclear posture deeper into the Pacific and potentially closer to strategic areas around Hawaii. It could also increase pressure on U.S. West Coast military bases and allied facilities across the wider Indo-Pacific region. Khabarovsk is expected to operate from Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula in the Pacific, positioning the submarine closer to the region's strategic waters. Any Pacific deployment would require specialized piers, trained crews, and dedicated support equipment for the Poseidon vehicles and their operations. Open-source assessments suggest Khabarovsk may combine design features from Russia's Boreai A and Belgorod submarine classes, reflecting its highly specialized configuration. The submarine is believed to measure roughly 135 to 140 meters in length, and could operate with a crew of around 100 personnel. Analysts believe Khabarovsk may use a pumpjet propulsion system designed to reduce underwater noise and improve its ability to operate discreetly. Russia laid down Khabarovsk's keel in 2014, but the submarine's construction and delivery have faced years of delays and development challenges. The current factory sea trials do not mean Khabarovsk is ready for combat operations or nuclear patrols, according to Defense Security Asia. State testing, weapons integration, and crew certification still have to be completed, a process that could take several months or potentially longer. Russia could potentially commission Khabarovsk in late 2026 or sometime in 2027, although further delays remain possible during the testing process. Analysts believe the submarine's primary strategic role would involve nuclear retaliation against coastal military targets in a major conflict. Russia is reportedly planning a small force of Poseidon-carrying submarines across 2 major ocean theaters, expanding the reach of this emerging capability. Belgorod, Russia's first Poseidon carrier, has already entered service and serves as a test and support platform for the underwater nuclear system. Khabarovsk's entry into sea trials therefore marks another important step toward establishing a new Russian undersea nuclear capability. And if Poseidon carriers eventually reach the Pacific, their deployment could also have implications for Russia's strategic partnership with China amid rising tensions surrounding Taiwan. The U.S. Army is on track to stand up a new Patriot battalion on Guam by October, according to the War Zone, strengthening the island's growing air and missile defense network. The new battalion will be equipped with the Patriot surface-to-air missile system, adding another major capability to protect the strategically vital U.S. territory. The new 3rd Battalion, 43rd Air Defense Artillery Regiment, is expected to add another layer of protection as Washington prepares Guam for increasingly sophisticated missile threats. More than 120 soldiers are already stationed on Guam, while Patriot launchers and other air defense systems are expected to arrive on the island in the coming months. The new battalion will help provide 360-degree, layered protection against incoming missile threats, according to the U.S. Army, significantly expanding Guam's defensive coverage. The new unit will combine Patriot with the Enduring Shield system, creating a layered defense designed to counter different types of aerial threats approaching Guam. Enduring Shield is designed to counter cruise missiles, drones, and other lower-tier aerial threats that could challenge Guam's existing defense architecture. Together, the Patriot and Enduring Shield systems are expected to provide 360-degree air and missile defense coverage, strengthening protection for the island and its critical military infrastructure. Guam remains a critical U.S. military hub in the Western Pacific, supporting major air and naval operations across the Indo-Pacific and serving as a key strategic base. The island hosts vital military facilities, including Andersen Air Force Base and Naval Base Guam, both of which play an important role in U.S. regional operations. Washington has been steadily expanding Guam's defenses as concerns grow over increasingly capable ballistic, cruise missile, and hypersonic threats in the Pacific. Drawing lessons from Iran's war against the U.S., China is boosting its own stealth technologies to counter advanced aircraft. China is now reportedly testing simpler ways to detect, track, and shoot down stealth jets, potentially challenging their battlefield advantage. Primarily aimed at American fighters, China is combining manpads with air defense missiles to create layered threats. Chinese state media claimed PLA teams coordinated fire against simulated stealth targets during military exercises designed to test detection. China reportedly used man-portable air defense systems alongside HQ-16 missiles in coordinated firing drills. Chinese media alleged that manpads can exploit infrared signatures that stealth aircraft cannot completely hide from detection. A PLA drill reportedly used manpads to target low-signature aircraft during nighttime firing exercises designed to test the tactic. Unlike radar-guided systems, infrared missiles track heat generated by aircraft engines and airframes, offering another detection method. The systems reportedly had to be fired almost simultaneously to prevent one missile from tracking another during the coordinated engagement. The tactic would require precise coordination because manpads have a much shorter range compared with conventional air defense systems. Chinese experts claimed she is exploring lower-cost weapons against high-value stealth targets, potentially creating an asymmetric threat. Experts alleged manpads could work alongside radars, data links, and multiple sensors to improve detection of difficult-to-track aircraft. Beijing has also invested in low-frequency radars and multistatic detection systems designed to strengthen its broader counter-stealth capabilities. China's anti-stealth strategy is reportedly far broader than portable infrared missiles, combining multiple sensors and weapons into a layered network. China is reportedly being urged to speed up plans to mobilize civilian ships for military use in future wars. An article in Defense Industry Conversion in China said civilian vessels could provide critical support for Chinese military operations during wartime. The article said China's growing maritime security requirements and military needs had made the rapid mobilization of civilian ships increasingly important. Experts said Beijing should draw lessons from Britain's 1982 Falklands War experience, according to the South China Morning Post. Li Jin said, and I quote, "As China's national security and development interests continue to extend into the maritime domain, the growing demands for maritime rights protection and military operations have increasingly highlighted the critical role of civilian ship mobilization." Unquote. Britain had mobilized dozens of commercial ships within days during the Falklands War to transport aircraft, fuel, troops, and other critical military supplies. Li urged China to build a detailed database covering civilian ships, including their speed, cargo capacity, ownership, and available crews. The proposal also called for detailed plans covering command structures, communication systems, and the rapid mobilization of civilian ships during wartime. China was urged to conduct more exercises to test whether civilian vessels could effectively support military logistics and sustain operations during wartime. Experts also called for new civilian ships to be designed with features that would allow them to be rapidly converted for military use when required. The Zhenhua 33 semi-submersible vessel was cited as an example of a civilian ship that could offer significant dual-use potential during military operations. China also recently sparked debate after modular missile systems were reportedly seen aboard the Zhongde A-79, raising fresh concerns over civilian-military integration. These developments raised questions over whether Beijing could eventually transform parts of its massive merchant fleet into combat support or even frontline platforms.
Upgrade your news experience with the all-new HT app. Download now.